Tonight, rammed 3 times, a road rage attack at Bankstown leaves a man in hospital. Scenes of devastation. We're on the ground with those who've lost it all in Los Angeles, including Australians. Another synagogue vandalised, this time at Newtown. Plus, Sydney's beer divide, the shocking price difference between East and West. And on Australian Open Eve, we're live at Melbourne Park to preview all the Grand Slam action. I'll see you at 6 for 9 News. Tonight on 9 News, mounting devastation in Los Angeles as Mel Gibson joins the list of celebrities to lose their homes. Plus, what sparked this road rage attack at Bankstown? And on Australian Open Eve, we're live to Melbourne Park to preview all the Grand Slam action. See you soon. Tonight, warnings upgraded. We're live to the fire zone in Los Angeles with new areas under threat. Back home, another synagogue sprayed with swastikas. Ed Sheeran goes back to school. And on Australian Open Eve, we're live to Melbourne Park to preview all the Grand Slam action. See you soon. Breaking news from Los Angeles. New areas under threat. Fresh evacuation warnings issued. We're live with the latest. Also tonight, a home and second synagogue vandalised as hate crimes spread across Sydney. The Health Minister's desperate message to psychiatrists. Sydney's beer divide, the shocking price difference between the East and West. And on Australian Open Eve, we're live to Melbourne Park to preview all the Grand Slam action. It's coming up in the news next. Tonight, fresh evacuations in Los Angeles as wildfires flare up, threatening new suburbs. The Australians among those returning to find they've lost everything. Also tonight, cars ram each other at Bankstown. The road rage scuffle turned demolition derby. Hate spreads across our suburbs. A Newtown synagogue targeted with anti-Semitic graffiti. Hospital crisis. The Health Minister begs psychiatrists not to quit after mass resignations over pay. Plus, tennis stars have their last hit-outs before match time. We're live to Melbourne Park on Australian Open Eve.
This is 9 News with Amelia Adams.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. The Palisades fire has flared up in Los Angeles, forcing even more residents to evacuate. Already, at least 11 people have been killed in the blazes and more than 12,000 structures damaged or destroyed. This is what firefighters are dealing with right now. And US correspondent Jonathan Kersley is in the Los Angeles neighbourhood of Brentwood tonight. Jono, the threat is drawing closer to the heart of LA.
Amelia, had forced evacuations in West Los Angeles. The flare-up in the hills behind me here in Brentwood is about...
At Bankstown, Hayley Francis, 9 News.
Hate crimes are spreading across Sydney with 3 new cases of anti-Semitic vandalism in the past 24 hours. The state government today announcing more money for security as concern deepens in the Jewish community.
Saturday in Judaism is the day of rest. But today
in New York City, Reid Butler, 9 News.
Heavy rain and powerful thunderstorms have hammered parts of Queensland, leading to widespread flash flooding and road closures. Some areas recorded 60 millimetres of rain in just 30 minutes. A severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued for large parts of the state. Residents on high alert for more wild weather. The Coalition is launching a campaign against the Teals in a bid to win back seats at the upcoming federal election. But it's being described by some as an attack on the independence of Australians.
Capping off a week of early campaigning across the country, Jack, 9 News.
The court lines have been painted and the nets raised. Everything is ready for the first serve of the Australian Open. Ros Kelly joins us from Melbourne Park. And Ros, the year's first Grand Slam begins tomorrow.
It does, Amelia, and we cannot wait for it. But some young tennis fans got an early slice of the action here today. Crowds gathering to watch the stars of the Open have their final practice sessions before their first matches.
An Australian Open opening ceremony of sorts. 9 News.
A big 15 days coming up, Amelia, on and off the court, and coming up a little bit later in sport, I'll have a full preview of some of the huge matchups coming our way on day one of the Australian Open.
Look forward to it. Thank you, Roz. And it's time now for a check of the day's weather. Good evening, Kate.
Hi, Amelia. It was a mild and muggy day with light winds picking up a little this afternoon. Overnight, our suburbs copped a soaking as a moist and unstable air mass produced heavy rain and storms. Today, the showers were more isolated. Holsworthy recording its heaviest rain in 2 years, picking up 30 millimetres, 22 at Bankstown, while the city and many other suburbs didn't get a drop. Temperatures were fairly consistent, the city reaching 28 degrees, the same in our west. And tomorrow the showers could be back. I'll have the forecast after sport. Amelia.
Thank you, Kate. We'll see you then. In the news ahead, drama on the Parramatta River as a boat bursts into flames off Rod Point. A bullet through the window and into a 15-year-old's mattress. How a gangland shooting nearly claimed a teenager's life. Power cut to homes in Paddington as a tree comes down. And emergency evacuation. Passengers forced to flee a plane in the US in the middle of a winter storm. Police are investigating a series of break-ins in Sydney's south this week. A group of people, one armed with a screwdriver, broke into multiple homes at Bexley on Wednesday. 3 handbags, an e-bike and a set of keys among the items taken.
In London, Hannah Sinclair, 9 News.
Ahead in 9 News, Chester Hill, Cabramatta, Guildford, the suburbs where property prices have surged $100,000. Moving scenes, the paddle out to honour a much-loved surfer taken by a shark. Also, does it pass the pub test? Sydney's Great Beer Divide, $7 in our west, $12 in the east. And Roz is back from Melbourne Park, where fans are set for a special reunion.
Hello again, Amelia. Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis thrilled crowds when they won the doubles here 3 years ago. Now they're set to push through the pain barrier and join forces again as they eye off another title. Also ahead, Steve Smith and David Warner tee off in the Big Bash. Plus, the son of a Channel 9 presenter makes it to the biggest game in US college football. Australian Open under an injury cloud. Thanasi Kokkinakis revealing he has no idea if his body will hold up. Despite their issues, the Special K pair is determined to recreate its heroics of 2022.
Even before the main event begins, the sport's greatest showman was bringing out his tricks and silly celebration.
Game next Saturday for the title. And from everyone here at 9, we do wish him all the best. But right now, Melbourne, it is the centre of the tennis universe, and the Australian Open begins at 10 a.m. right here on 9, Amelia.
Always a fantastic couple of weeks. Thank you, Roz. In the news ahead, with flowers and wreaths, hundreds on their surfboards say an emotional goodbye to a surfer killed by a shark. From Coogee to Penrith, Sydney's great schooner scam, the big price divide for pubgoers. Plus, the giant pink slugs, thought to have been decimated by bushfires, making a comeback in the state's west. A special tribute was held today for shark attack victim Lance Appleby, 9 days after he was taken by a great white off South Australia's west coast. Dozens of friends, family and locals joined a paddle out in honour of the 28-year-old. A memorial service will be held on Monday. New data has revealed the winners and losers on Sydney's property market in the last 12 months. PropTrack finding the median value of homes surged in Strathfield by more than $475,000. Properties in Chester Hill, Cabramatta West, Fairfield East and Old Guildford also making their owners more than $100,000 richer. On the other end of the scale, home values in Artarmon fell by more than $96,000. Lane Cove West, Camaray and Balgala also slipping in value. Well, they were largely wiped out in the Black Summer bushfires, but these giant pink slugs have staged an impressive comeback. The species only exist on an extinct volcano In New South Wales' Mount Capita National Park, it's estimated 90% of them were killed during the 2019 bushfires. However, scientists say thanks to recent La Nina weather patterns, the slugs are breeding again, with more than 850 spotted recently. Coming up, Kate with the weather.
Hello again, we're right in the middle of storm season, and while the skies should clear later on tonight, there is the chance of more storm activity tomorrow. Outside right now, it's 24 degrees. I'll have the forecast for the rest of the weekend next. It was a partly cloudy day with some heavy rain in some suburbs. Richmond was our warmest suburb, reaching 29 degrees, which is slightly below average. 28 in the city, 27 at the airport, Badgerys Creek and in Bankstown. 30 millimetres of rain was recorded at Holsworthy at around lunchtime, its heaviest falls in 2 years. Sydney wasn't the only place to cop a drenching. Slow-moving thunderstorms developed across central New South Wales this afternoon. Walcher recording 32 millimetres of rain in just 30 minutes, while Kiama also experienced its heaviest rain in 2 years. Tomorrow, humid winds feeding low pressure will trigger rain and storms across the east coast, while drawing heat into Victoria, while a weakening high pressure ridge clears southern WA and South Australia. Brisbane should be partly cloudy with a few showers, even a possible storm, 27 degrees. The chance of an afternoon storm for Canberra too, also 27, and Melbourne could also be in for a storm, up to 10 millimetres forecast as the Australian Open kicks off, heading for a top of 27 degrees. Tomorrow, the showers are likely to continue across much of our state too, while heat builds in the west. Broken Hill expected to reach 40 degrees and 39 at Bourke. Here in Sydney, we're expecting a partly cloudy day with a chance of showers, most likely in the afternoon and early evening. After an overnight low of 21, the city is forecast to reach 28 degrees. There's the chance of some early morning fog in our west and a thunderstorm, possibly severe too. 29 degrees at Blacktown, Liverpool and Campbelltown, 28 at Parramatta and Kellyville and 25 at Cronulla and in Bondi. Looking ahead to Monday, partly cloudy, 30 degrees, 29 on Tuesday, warming up on Wednesday, 31 with the possibility of light showers. However, the chance of showers or storms look like it will increase later in the week. It's going to be hot and humid in our west this week with a possible shower or storm forecast for Monday, 33 degrees, 32 on Tuesday, very hot on Wednesday, 36, and we'll get some showers too, while Thursday's also likely to be wet, up to 15 millimetres of rain forecast at this stage, so it could be a good day to plan some indoor activities for the kids. Amelia?
We'll keep that in mind. Kate, thank you. And that is 9 News for this Saturday. Layla McKinnon is next with A Current Affair. I'm Amelia Adams. Thanks for your company. Good night.